Bonjour et bienvenue à Get Through French, where we collaborate with you for a successful language journey. Une hirondelle ne fait pas le printemps. Une hirondelle ne fait pas le printemps. Ça veut dire quoi exactement? It means do not jump to conclusions. And for the contextual dialogue, you cannot jump to conclusions, students. You need to take your time to complete this dialogue. Littéralement, it means one sparrow or a sparrow doesn't make spring. So the sight of a sparrow is not a foolproof indicator that it is spring. And therefore, when you look at the dialogue, don't assume that what is said before, you can just give an answer and it's finished. Remember, if it's not the end of the dialogue, there is something coming after your response. And so you need to ensure that whatever response you give not only is appropriate for what was said previously, but it leads into what is said after. And so do not jump to conclusions. Une hirondelle ne fait pas le printemps. On y va. Let's find out what the tips are for this section. Les astuces pour le dialogue contextuel. There is only one dialogue you require to complete, and it is worth 20 points, 20 marks. Again, ensure you read the information carefully that has been provided. You must complete the dialogue using the cues given in the instructions. So again, just like with the letter writing, you have to keep checking back, okay, what is the information they want me to include? What are the cues? Word limit is also given. You have a word limit of 80 to 100 words. Again, students, please pay attention to coherence, that is the structure. But since it's already a dialogue that has been formatted for you, I would say focus more on the vocabulary, scope, and grammar. Of course, include some idiomatic expressions, maybe one that is appropriate. And finally, for this section, I am going to recommend that you assign 20 to 25 minutes. Okay? On continue. Let's see what the topic is for le dialogue contextuel cette année. The topic for le dialogue contextuel this year is an interview promoting an upcoming activity. I've already mentioned to you in the astuces given previously some areas that we need to focus on. I said focus on your grammar, that is tenses, moods, etc., and your vocabulary. Ensure it is appropriate for the topic of the dialogue. We must also maintain a flow, all right? It must be coherent. Whatever responses you give, it must be coherent. It must match what was said before and flow into what comes afterwards. Again, I'm going to say use idiomatic expressions, so you should have some in your vocabulary arsenal. And finalement, please remember that your English is more advanced than your Français, and therefore all those fancy complex sentences you want to put, you need to break them down to the level of grammar and vocabulary you have for Français. D'accord? So that is all for this section, the contextual dialogue, section 3. Merci. Thank you for joining us here on Get Through French YouTube channel. Don't forget, we're also on other social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. We also have our website, and so I will leave the links for you to follow us and check out our website in the description box. Au revoir.